1955, I took a course in quantum mechanics, and this was a graduate course, and I had never had any course in quantum mechanics. I assumed I was very stupid. I never understood the origin of de Broglie waves, which says that a particle goes along like this. It has a wave which is inversely proportional to its momentum. Planck's constant divided by the mass times the velocity. That's called the de Broglie wavelength because de Broglie first proposed it. And of course, de Broglie didn't know where it came from either. Nobody ever knew. But I didn't know that they didn't know.
So you thought you were
I just
silly.
thought I was stupid. I never opened my mouth. I just kept thinking about that thing, and it just bothered me all the time. One day I was reading a book called All About Waves by a professor at Harvard. It suddenly occurred to me that there must be some kind of a complicated Doppler going on. I wrote down a few equations. I discovered that only if you have a combination of an inward wave and an outward wave do you get the de Broglie wavelengths. It's relative motion. Therefore, if you write these equations out, you get that the de Broglie wavelength is there. And I was also amazed to discover that Einstein's increase of mass was there. All the things which happened with relative velocity showed up. And I said to myself, this is so simple. I didn't think I discovered anything.
I must admit, when you tell me this, Milo, it sort of gives a shiver down my spine.
Oh, yeah?
Because what you're telling me is that you've united quantum theory with Einstein's special relativity.
Yeah.
In that one equation.
Yeah, I did.
That's what you're telling me, isn't it?
But this seems so simple to me because these simple bits of algebra weren't all that complicated. So I says, yeah, this is a natural result. I'm sure somebody else has already found this because people investigated quantum theory and waves, and people have been using in and out ways for 30 years. They always thought they were imaginary, though, not real. I went back and I searched for 6 months, and little by little I realized nobody had ever found this. I must be the only one. But it took several months for me to realize that. When I realized it, I said, gee, I really got something. So I kept on studying and investigating it. And of course, the result is this book. This tells all of that work. There's also another factor, which is still mysterious, in that these waves are exponentials rather than sine waves. The solutions to the equations are e to the I omega t, which is the same as cosine omega t plus I sine omega t. That is the imaginary number, square root of -1. And it's not quite clear what this does to it or how it changes the character of the wave. Space. Space is the medium of these waves. Space is the thing we still know least about. Space and its character and its structure is the research forefront of the future.